Hey guys, it's Flopping Groper, and in this video, I wanted to talk about Market Cipher's monthly wave situation, what kinds of results we can expect from it based on the past, and ultimately, I think this is going to be a very valuable, super meaty, high value, compact video for you guys that you're going to love. So stick around, like and subscribe, and let's get right into it, guys. So these monthly waves have actually done a very good job of calling the tops and bottoms of markets. If you simply longed and accumulated when we're below the zero line and then sold when we're up here, nice and overbought, you're making really good money with Market Cipher. And so overall, Market Cipher on the monthly is telling us that we're in a special place in the bull run. We're in that this time is different phase where the speculation is so wild that prices could easily double from where they're at now in people's minds. But what's dangerous about this time is different mentality is like most of the gains have already happened. Bitcoin is 500% plus up from its lows. And so, yeah, we could 2x or 3x or something, but it's just simply not as good of a trade now as it was a couple years ago. And I believe it's my responsibility as a teacher of Market Cipher to let new investors and old investors alike know what are the risks of being long from these levels. So what we notice here is that we've got these red dots that do a pretty decent job of marking the top. Obviously not a perfect job, and we'll measure the percentages there, but a real important signal that I look at for whether or not a bull run is over is the waves lose the 60 line. This 60 line on Market Cipher, this white line here, is a very good metric of whether or not the market is in runaway train mode or not. And so you'll notice I marked with these blue dotted lines that when the waves fall below the 60 line and you get this signal right here, that is typically the beginning of a very large macro decline. Whether you call it a cycle top, cycle, whatever. I hate the term 4-year cycle because I'm a Market Cipher guy. I go by these waves. And so this 4-year cycle talk is like kind of, it's just not my thing because I'm a representative of Market Cipher, not narratives, not hopes and dreams. But you'll notice that by the time that we get this critical signal that the bull market is over, there's already a huge decline that's already experienced. And so this first dump back here, back in 2014, we saw a 62.19% dump before the waves lost the 60 line. And that was only the beginning of an extended bear market. Now, if you sold right on the red dot, you did a little bit better here. That happened in January back here. And we could measure what was the size of that move if you just sold as soon as you saw the red dot actually confirm. What is that move? So it looks like the price here dumped almost 40% if you waited for that red dot to spawn. So that gives you an idea of like what can happen. Now let's go to this next pump up here. We got a red dot up here, and what was the distance from that red dot from the high? Look at that, a 53.63% rejection from the high there before you even see the red dot on Bitcoin. And then by the time we lose the 60 line here, you see a 69.22% decline. And then during the COVID bull run here, we had multiple red dots, but it maintained its status over the 60 line, kept that runaway train mode for a second push up. But we get that red dot here. And let's see, what was the distance from that from the high? 38.15. And then the next candle, you lose that 60 line and you see a 52.1% decline. And so the average decline from the price top to when Market Cipher B calls the end of the bull run is on average like 60%. Prices could come down as much as 60% before a bear market is official. And that's when you wait for Market Cipher's waves to fall below the 60 line. And if you're even more prudent than that and you sell on the red dot, you fare a little better. You get out at only a 30 to 40% loss. And so seeing that this is how waves in the past have played out, what does that look like for now? Here's our price high. And if we experienced a 40% decline, that would basically just be the Trump pump getting erased, essentially. We find ourselves down at like 65K, which happens to be 2024's year-to-date VWAP, which is a key level. And when a new year begins, it is common sometimes on charts for price to dump from the New Year's VWAP, like this new January 2025 anchored VWAP. Sometimes charts will dump back to that 2024 year-to-date. So this is not out of the realm of possibility here, guys. And then finally, if we wait just another month ahead, perhaps, for that wave to cross below the 60 line, then we would assume a 60% decline. So that would bring us to this level down here around $42,000. Now this is like VWAPs from 2022 and 2023. So Market Cipher B's monthly timeframes, big picture stuff, they are supporting this idea of Bitcoin wanting to go down like this year. Not that it's like the end of a cycle. It's going to be like an intra cycle bear market, similar to like the COVID dump in terms of like what it meant in the overall cycle. But you can see that we're going to put some year to dates on the chart here. 2024, 2023, 2022, 2025. So we're going to come from the top here. And if you do a 40% decline, you're at 2024's year to date. So that's the red dot confirmed. And then the 60% dump would be a dump around to 2022's year to date. Or sorry, 2023's year to date VWAP. So you clear a couple years VWAPs, push out all of the over leveraged long positions, wipe out the market, and you probably rally up sharply after that and continue the cycle there. But the thing is that these waves may take a while to cool off. They could take up to a year to cool off. And so 2025 is beginning. It's starting with some major hurdles that it's going to have to get over. Obviously, these signals are not confirmed. These are just future projections. This is just a warning from your friend Flopping Groper that if these things happen, these are the numbers that you can expect based on previous cycle tops. So if you like this content, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.